Coming up is the exclusive presentation which will highlight the importance of personalization in the age of AI, how to use Survey Kiwi to tell you the real brand story for genuine audience engagement and retention. So first of all, I would like to tell you something about the Survey Kiwi. Combining technology with practical psychological principles, Survey Kiwi is an easy-to-use survey providing businesses with insights and tools to know and engage with their people, whether they be customers or employees. Survey Kiwi is trusted by small businesses, government agencies, and Fortune 500 companies, including AT&T, Ford, and Disney. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, this exclusive presentation will be presented by Mr. James Cooper Jones, Chief Executive Officer, Survey Kiwi. But due to some unforeseen reasons, he will not be joining us today. However, they have kindly provided a video message that we would like to share with you all. And can we have the video on the screen?
Thank you, everyone. I'm excited to be here. I'm sorry I can't be in person. Circumstances didn't allow it, but I am there in spirit and look forward to meeting up with everyone at the next event, as I did in Singapore. I'm excited to talk today about the importance of personalization in the age of AI and how you can use tools like Survey Kiwi to tell your brand story. I'm James Cooper Jones, CEO of Survey Kiwi. I thought a good place to start was to talk a little bit about myself and introduce a little bit of my backstory. I'm originally from Australia, as you can probably tell by my accent. It's a common misconception that all Australians live in the country. It's not the case. 97% or thereabouts people in Australia live in the major cities or within 30 kilometres of the coast. I'm very proudly different. I'm one of the 3% that grew up in the outback, and so I'm a boy from the bush and grew up with many of the creatures that you see on your screen in my backyard, kangaroos and emus and these type of things. I then went away and did degrees in business and management, accounting and management, and got qualifications around the world, in the UK and around the world, and then was to work in many places, including Asia and Africa. I worked in the Okavango Delta in Botswana, and again, these creatures were in my backyard, elephants and meerkats, and then had the great pleasure of working in North America. I'm very proud of the video on the right of coyote. I hope you can see it. They're very shy animals and very hard to get a video of, so I'm very proud of my photo. And then, of course, the great image on the left, taken from a friend's CCTV video of a bear on a trampoline. I thought you would enjoy. Now, I should tell you, I've told a little white lie here just to demonstrate today's exercise around AI, because one of these images is generated by AI generated. Can you tell which one? Is it the Australian flora, kangaroos and emus, Africa, or North America, or perhaps the coyote? Can you tell which one is actually the AI generated image? Well, I'll put you out of your misery and let you know that it's actually the bear on the trampoline. That is the AI-generated image. It recently went viral, and so you may or may not be aware of it, where everyone was commenting, how cute is this bear? And it wasn't until some months later that someone said, actually, this has been a completely 100% AI-generated image. And so this is the reality we live in, ladies and gentlemen. So AI-generated content is on the rise. However, there is another edge to this sword. Most consumers are skeptical of AI-generated ads. They feel uncomfortable with them, and it actually can hurt your brand if consumers feel that you're pushing AI-generated content on them that they feel is ingenuine, and that's the key point. If they feel that it's just been generated and it's not genuine or has anything to do with your brand story, then it is a turn-off, studies have shown. So what are the key takeaways at this stage of our presentation? That trust matters. Even though AI content can help you create more content and do it more economically and cost effectively, consumers still want that brand experience. They want that human and genuine experience. And so this is the key point of my little video demonstration, and I hope you don't mind my little white line. So building on that last point there, why personalization matters in 2025, the reality is that there is more content being generated and more and more of this content is being generated with AI. So this is the new reality that we live in as marketers, but as I mentioned, personalization is key. This is how we're going to cut through the fog of all the content that is being pushed onto our competing consumers. And this is how we can then tell our brand story. There's no doubt that AI has raised the bar. So it used to be 1 year ago was very clear what was an AI generated content. Now it's harder, like our bear on the trampoline example, it's harder to tell what's AI generated and what's not. It also means with the number of tools and startups that are out there now, it's just so much easier and quicker and cost effective to generate content at the moment. But there is content fatigue. Even though our consumers are spending more time on their phones and on screens, they are getting what's called content fatigue and switching off in a matter of seconds. So it's important that you get your messaging right and you get your content right so that you are telling your brand story. If you get those two things right, you're doing competitive, hyper-relevant content, and there is a feeling of trust, then studies have shown that your consumers will stick with you. So 40 to 60% better engagement if a consumer feels that there's a personal journey with your brand. So the key takeaways are that the AI reality is here. I'm sorry to say there's no way going back. The genie is out of the bottle, and AI is going to be part of our marketing stories going forward, but personalization it remains to be key, and personalization can be a way that you can cut through the content fog and get through to your consumer base. Data is king, and this is perhaps where AI has the upper hand. Great stories need right data. You need to target the stories that you're going to be telling your consumer to one that the consumer feels connection with. And how can you do that? You can only do that if you understand your consumer. And you can only understand your consumer through data. And this is where perhaps AI is probably a step up from us mere mortal humans, in that AI is a lot quicker at collating data. It's a lot quicker of understanding markets and trends. And so this is where you can use AI to be your ace in your hand of cards. Most brands struggle to connect their message with the audience on true values, so understanding your audience and tailoring that message. AI can automate these processes for you and really provide you a ready a dashboard of audience insights. But then you need to continue to A/B testing. So personalization succeeds when built on real feedback. So again, A/B testing of what is resonating, what is turning off, what are the stories that I haven't told yet, and that I can still present to my consumer base. So the key takeaways here are that, again, AI, the genie's out of the bottle. It's a tool for us. It's not something we should be scared of, but it is probably a more powerful tool when you're trying to understand data and your customer base, and then once understanding that data, using tools to bring those insights through to your customer base as a real story. A little bit about how you can use tools, including tools like Survey Kiwi, to do this. So turning those feedback, we were talking about understanding your customer base and getting that feedback through surveys, and then understanding and then personalizing that story. This is something that you can use a tool like Survey Kiwi to do. So surveys still remain one of the best ways to engage with your customer base and directly understand what their values are. And you can do this in a way that builds brand awareness while you're getting that feedback. So Survey Kiwi is a tool that is completely your survey, your logo, your domain, your experience. So it's fully customizable and tailorable. You can get your data into the systems that you used, as we have advanced integrations, HubSpot, Google Analytics. It's very API open, so we can pull your data into any system that you're using. And it's very scalable. So you can do surveys, small surveys, all the way up to major surveys. We have small mum and pops using it, all the way up to New York Stock Exchange companies using it, and they find it very easy and reliable to use. So the key takeaway is that personalization in the environment of AI is important and is going to be the way that we're going to cut through the fog of content and get through to our customers. Data is king, and then getting your message and understanding your audience is king. And so these things help you. Survey Kiwi helps brands listen, adapt, and personalize at every touch point. Personalization starts with listening and understanding your customer market, and there's no better way to do that than a survey. To have an engaging survey that customers want to answer, they want to be engaged with, is a way that you can not only present your brand and reinforce your brand image with your customer base, but then also get powerful insights. Start with simple is what I always recommend to our customers. So map a key audience and start to collect data. That builds a good foundation for A/B testing. Leverage AI wisely. So automations are great, particularly around data, but you still need the human connection. You can't just leave AI to its own devices and let it do its own thing, particularly around visual content. It needs that human connection. Then make it your own. So with a system like Survey Kiwi, you can fully control the process from A to Z and make your brand, your survey, a way that you're presenting your brand and your brand image, logos, styles and themes to your customer base. It's been shown that by doing this not only builds awareness, but also increases engagement, customer engagement. A little bit about us. We provide omni-channel surveys, so you can do them across different formats and get all the data back into a central customer base. We find this particularly with retail and other industry segments that have different age groups of customer bases. Different age groups and demographics will be active on different platforms, and so you can survey customers where they are and get all that data back to us. We're an Australian-based team, as I mentioned, but a globally and culturally diverse team, and we have partners and presence all around the world, and we're very excited about our partnerships around the world. We'd love to talk to you about how we can help you use Survey Kiwi to increase your customer engagement, understand your current marketing process, and how we can help solve the pain points in your process. I hope this has been insightful. I know perhaps in prior events where I've talked to some of you, AI was something that was very scary, but I think it's the new reality, and as we are becoming more familiar with it, we are understanding that it is a tool. It is something we can utilize to grow our understanding of customers and customer engagement. But again, it requires that personalization and personalized story. And so I look forward to discussing these topics with you at the next event, and I appreciate you listening to my presentation. Thank you.
Can we have a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. James Cooper?